Welcome. I'm going to have to pretend I'm part of the eclipse. Here we go. Let's see. Is this better? Aha! There we are. Welcome to another blinding day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. Those of you who've been with me for a while, you've noticed how the sun, whoops, which side? I'm like a weather girl. There, the sun has really moved from here over, and it's getting higher in the day. Welcome as we continue to explore what's your path. The Gita outlining many different paths we can use for our lives, for our spiritual journey. And we're still on chapter 7. And in chapter 7, Krishna promises Arjuna to give both theoretical and experiential knowledge of the true self. This is going to take basically all the middle chapters, 7 through 12 of the Gita, which is also called the section on bhakti or devotion. And it's going to be quite the journey for Arjuna, because Arjuna's going to have many of his illusions stripped away. So we're going to talk a bit about illusion, because I've been experiencing many illusions as I've been working with you. And one of them is on days like this when it's cold and I have to go outside and shut the door to keep the tech from freezing. When I'm doing my practice, I can see through the glass here and see the computer and see the cat and see the house. So see all this material, very civilized stuff, man-made. But if instead I focus on the glass, not looking through it, I see the reflection of all the nature behind me. And that is like an illusion. However, it sure appears real. And what's wonderful is I can choose which aspect to focus on at any time. Do I want to focus on the man-made, like checking to make sure the computer's still working, or the cat's not destroying anything, or the house is still standing? Or do I focus on that overlay of nature and what's going on behind me? And actually, which is more real? This house is not going to stand for a long time in the grand scheme of things, but nature has been around for a very long time and will continue long after this house is gone, I'm gone, and the cat is gone. So which is more real? This is something that's actually addressed earlier in the Gita, chapter 2, verse 69, when Krishna tells Arjuna that what seems to be daytime for most people is actually nighttime for the sage, the realized one. That is, what most people see as the real waking world of consciousness, to the sage is illusion. And what most people see as illusion, like a belief in a higher power, mystical things that happen below the surface, the sub and unconscious minds, that a sage sees as a deeper and actually clearer reality. So you get to pick. This is a great reminder for me. When I'm with you in the morning, I get to pick, what do I focus on? The more civilized material or the more lasting natural? And we all have this choice in life. We can focus on the physical or the higher. And today's practice is dedicated to Mohamed Diarra. If you follow basketball at all, and it's been March Madness, NC State, for whom Diarra plays, got to the Final Four last night. And if you DVR'd it and you haven't watched, I will not spoil the surprise. But Diarra and his team are playing in this nationally recognized competition where his future, like his ability to get drafted into the NBA if he wanted to, his salary, or just the bragging rights for winning, are on the line. Very materialistic. But Mohamed Diarra, during Ramadan, chose to hold to his spiritual values and to fast. So he was playing basketball at a high level, but still fasting all day, keeping his spiritual commitment. And how many of us can do that when we see something material within our grasp? How many of us are willing to sacrifice the spiritual to get that? Something to consider. And in fact, in today's meditation, I encourage you to consider, what are you looking at most in your daily life, in your world? Are you focused on the real, the true? what you know to be true, or are you caught up in illusion? To help you during our practice, and perhaps at other points in life, I'm going to have to scoot the camera back a bit for this one. There's a mudra called purna jnana. So chapter 7 is the yoga of jnana, often transliterated Jnana, and vijnan, knowledge and special knowledge. If you want full knowledge, this is said to be the mudra to do. So many of us know this as jnana mudra, thumbs to first fingers, right hand up, and then left hand is beside us and down. Let's see. Okay, near the cat. Oh, sunbeam. Okay. So this is said to give us discrimination, vivek, or the ability to tell the real from the unreal. Very handy. Especially, there's a story about the eclipse, which is coming up for us here tomorrow. And I was talking yesterday about theoretical versus experiential knowledge. We've read a lot about the eclipse, but tomorrow we'll get the actual experience. And I think that's going to be so much more. Woohoo! One of the big illusions we have is what we can and cannot control. So there's a great story from an NBC News article this morning about somebody who's doing, I forget his name, Micah. I think it's Micah Goodman, who's doing kind of coordination of events in Greenville, Texas for this. All these people are coming from all over to see this eclipse. And he says he's gotten some interesting feedback from the residents. For example, he got a call from one of the residents in his area that said, "Why did you have to schedule the eclipse on a Monday? Why not Saturday?" And this gives us an idea of how much illusion some of us have. Why couldn't this happen at a more convenient time for me? Things happen when they're supposed to happen. And it's a wonderful opportunity to explore that idea. Shall we? Awesome. Let's contemplate the nature of illusion and reality in our own lives. Oliver's under the illusion he will be coming outside to join me. Sorry, buddy. Here's reality. Welcome back. I hope you had an enjoyable time with some insights. Ooh, I feel special. Crown of Sun. Um, the eclipse tomorrow, if you're watching these on the day that they're being recorded, you have a final chance to join us for a workshop, a class celebrating this event. I could tell you it's going to be fun and interesting, but why not just experience it for yourself? So the link is below, or you can go to welcomingdestiny.com workshops page. And speaking of joining us, I hope you'll be back tomorrow because we have a very interesting topic to talk about. And I look forward to seeing you then. Ooh. I'm going to just be mesmerized by my crown for a moment. My Sahasrar. Bye.